Welcome to a New Year's 2024, and I would like to start off by saying thank y'all to who all subscribed to me. I'm up to about 95 subscribers. Help get me over 100 this week. I'm putting this video up. Normally, I would put these up the week after now, but since this is Zwift Community Live, I got to do it. I decided to put it up tonight, especially since you can watch it on my channel. You watch it on Pete Petter's channel. The PS, I call him all the time on here. He's another teammate from the NTS3s. You can also watch it on Most Likely Llama's channel. I know he normally puts them up. He came in and he was in this race too. And you had, I think Benji was here. I saw his name in the thing for the race. I don't know if he raced, but I did put his name up there on the front of the YouTubers. These are all YouTubers that I like watching. Plus, please, like I said before, like and subscribe. Do me big favor, give me a lot of likes, man. Likes really move this thing up so that I can be seen by a lot more people. Plus, I'm a bigger guy. I'm a bigger guy. I'm trying to get to the point where I'm getting a lot more, bigger guys, bigger women, anybody who wants to follow me. I'm just trying to motivate people, to help them stay motivated. It's hard for me to stay motivated sometimes. I raced this race. I did two races. I did one at 10 o'clock, and then I did the 10:10 one, and then that's Eastern Standard Time for me. I did the one at 10:10, and then this one at 1:10. And I raced both these races today. And the second race was the Zwift Live. That's the reason I did the second race, but I did the first race to warm up because I did the Zwift, LG Zwift Thursday night, and I felt like I had a muscle that was going to be pulled and was feeling a little tight, even though I did a lot of stretching. So I decided to rest before I knew it was Sunday. And since I had already raced one of the races from the last week's stages, the end of the year one, I thought I'll put this one up first and I'll put the end of the year one up Thursday. So you'll have two this week. I'll start back doing the tiny races Saturday. I took a break from them. I had a lot of stuff going on for this holiday season. So what we're going to do now, like I say, we're going to go ahead and get into these races. I'm going to talk a little bit more about what was going on. And let's get started. We got 4, 3, 2, 1, and we're off. And as we take off here, I don't get out in front and try to hammer this thing out. My goal was to ride this thing and just kind of keep up with everybody. Now, the thing that I did worry about was that I was racing PS. I'm gonna call him it's Peter, and he's really good. He's really good. He's part of the NTS3s. We had a couple of more people in here. I saw that we had another, like I said, it was about 4 YouTubers I think I saw that was going to be in this race. You had PS, you had me, you had Benji, and you had, there's one more on here that I got in here, and his name is the BJ. You'll see him on, I think he came in third. And follow his channel. I found out he had a channel when I saw his name on here. I realized he had a channel, so I put it up front so people can see that. Now, when the guy takes off in front right now, my whole goal was not to let him just get too far ahead, because sometimes if I sit back and go, well, we'll catch up to him, I kind of get worried about it. But if you notice, he just kind of disappeared. He took off and then I guess he rolled off the page. Maybe I'll go back and look and see who that was. But he took off, and the next thing you know, he was gone. When I do the video, I'll put the name up there of the guy if I see it. I'll make sure I put the name in the video so y'all can see the name, and then that way you'll know when it's about to disappear. But as we take off on this race, you see I'm sitting back there behind PS. And my whole goal with him was, let's keep this thing up. If you got it, I got it at miles per hour. So in my head, I was like, let's keep this thing up to 24 miles an hour for most of this race. What I was trying to do, this was a huge crowd. I think it's 154 people in here, 171 people. I don't remember what the number was, but it's a huge crowd. I did a race earlier. I think that race had like 300 people in it. And it was my first race out the 4 days. I came in 7th on that race. I'm gonna let you know now. I'll probably post it because I lost it at the very end, but it was me getting back into riding. It was my first race in 4 days. It kind of just felt off. Now, after I did that and I raced it for 2 hours and got back in this race, I felt great. I felt like riding then. So as we ride, what I decided to do was just ride this first ride out there. Anytime it gave me a chance to get the speed up, what I did was I dropped the power down and I just kept the revolutions up so that I can keep that speed going. The one thing about flats that people don't understand is flats are good for me on a short while. 10 miles preferably on a good long flat because I can grind it out. The problem with flats is there's nowhere for me to really rest. So the only rest I get is staying in the pack. So I have to stay in the pack so I can slow down. And my whole goal is to always maintain my heartbeat about 140, 145 in that area at a low rate of speed. Like I'm doing 23, 24 miles an hour. You see where my heart rate at. I always notice what my heart. I try to leave room with my heart rate so that I can actually climb at the end or sprint at the end. So my whole goal is always to leave room to sprint at the end. So that's what I was doing here. And as we come down, we get close to almost to, I think we're 230 into the race. And I knew I was never going to be able to leave SP, but I figured what would happen is that at the end of the race, if I kept this pace up here and I started increasing the pace, I know he was doing a lot of fun, dude. And him and BB and the rest of the NTS were doing a lot of riding this weekend. I know I took 4 days off. So my goal was, hey, PS, I'm gonna let you know, my goal was if I can keep it up at 24 miles an hour and I can just ride this thing out, at the end, I'd slowly increase at the last 2 miles, my speed up, and hopefully, this is what I was thinking to myself, hopefully because I had the 4 days of rest. I know I did bad in the earlier race, but I'm thinking with 4 days rest, I got a sprinting, I got a good race in, that I can just actually push his legs to the limit. And that's what I was thinking to myself. Let me push his legs to the limit without pushing my leg to the limit, which I have plenty of room to play with because, like I said, it's been 4 days since I rest. So as we coming around that first turn, we did that loop, we coming back around, I kind of just try to stay with the pack. Now, my goal, I cannot let nobody get a long distance run on me because there's not an actual flat on here. So, I mean, not an actual hill that I can catch up. So what I had to do was just make sure you stay within 2 or 3 seconds of me because you got it further than that. I figured, you boosted for a second, but you were going to slowly weigh down. Now, the one thing you notice about this race, there are no power-ups. What I learned from Zwift with Zwift Community Live is that we get 200 points for every, I guess, the archway we go under that we normally get a feather or something. We get points for that, so it helps you level up faster. Just to put it that way. In fact, in this race, I think I went from level. No, that's the race. No, I think I went from level 31 to 32, or we get close to 32, something like that. But I've been jumping levels a lot. I saw that I had my little man on the thing with his little wheelie, doing a little wheelie. So I know I'm moving up fast. So as we get close to the end of this race, we're about 2/3 in, and you can see, it's me up front. I really wasn't trying to stay up front the whole time. I really wanted to back off. In fact, I kept trying to back. Every once in a while, you see my numbers go down to 22 miles an hour, 23. I was trying to back up so S get in front of me. Now, he got in front of me and did something I wouldn't expect. He got in front of me and tried to take off. And I know what he was trying to do. He was trying to get a little distance in there so they can have it at the end of the race. But we still had 3 miles to go, so I knew that we was going to end up catching up. Now, what happened was we hit a little dip just enough so I can get up to 29 miles an hour. And I dropped the power, and I just started pedaling, keeping it up at 25, 20. I wanted them behind me to push. I figured if I'm going to go ahead and push this race out, I needed for them behind me to push as hard as I was pushing. So that's what I was doing. And I was pushing pretty hard. And I looked up, and I saw P get in front of me again. And I'm like, you know what, P? I'm going to ride behind you. And then he slowed down just so he could slingshot around me. And then this guy, F Goose, come around me. And I didn't know who this was now. This dude was kind of, I'm not going to lie, this dude kind of put a little scare in me because he kept coming around me with ease. And that's what I was worried about. So now what I'm trying to do is back it off. And I'm thinking, okay, cool. P is behind me. I've been pushing the pack. We're at 23 miles an hour. He passes me again. I'm thinking to myself, you know what? I may need to, at a half mile left, I may need to go ahead and increase my speed to take off. And what I was hoping to do was give me just enough room to get past him. Now, I knew P was going to be on my backside. And I knew he'd get that 3 mile boost off of that. But I was hoping that his legs were kind of tired. That's what I was hoping for. So as you can see, we get 25 miles an hour. And what I'm trying to do, not being honest, is I'm trying to go fast enough so you can't draft off of me. So it was forcing you to actually pedal up to stay behind me. I did purpose on the first round to actually, what I did in the first round was actually keep myself lower than normal so I can power through this end. So as you see, I'm powering through this thing, and get the feel that he's right behind me, and he does exactly what I was thinking he was going to do. He jumped in front of me, and what I did was said, you know what? I'm going to have to hammer down the rest of this ride and just try. I didn't give up. See, I did not give up. And I hammered down, and before you know it, at the last second, I passed him. And I felt great about this race. Have a great day, a marvelous new year, and ride on.